Hello and welcome to This Week in the Sports Shack. My name is Ben Bonzi and this is this week's headlines.
And a dangerous looking cross.
AFC Bournemouth lose against Tottenham. Stoke lose 4-1 to Man City.
A lot for Stoke to do now for Raheem Sterling.
With David Silva scoring both of the goals for Man City. And France beat England in the Six Nations. First up, we have Poole Town FC, a club that's constantly been in and out the relegation zone for the last couple of months. But this weekend, Poole shocked us all with a 1-0 win against Dartford, who are top of the league, and have the best home defence record of the season. Here's the goal that won Poole the game. The Dolphins played incredibly well. Boss Tom Killick praised an immense Poole Town performance which boosted their hopes of National South survival. Victory meant the Dorset club closed the gap to just 3 points between themselves and safety, having beaten the team with the best home record in the division. Killick told the Daily Echo he felt he had got to the point where he couldn't have got any lower after losing to Wimborne in midweek. Now we have Jamie Wiskin, the captain and goal scorer of Saturday's game. Jamie, thanks for being with us today. What was it like?
No worries.
What was it like scoring after that such a frustrating couple of games and getting the win at the weekend?
Well, it was massive for us, as you know. We had a few tough weeks. Tuesday being the lowest of the low, as you just said a minute ago. It couldn't have got much lower than that. So to go there and win on Saturday was massive for the club.
We saw Paul's Instagram story of the gaffer with a lovely filter. It's safe to say spirits are really high on the coach on the way home.
Yeah, I think from Thursday's training session, spirits were high. We had a team meeting, players only. We had the club psychologist in, and just all spirits were raised. And then we wanted to keep them high going into Saturday's game. So we managed to keep them up, and then going into the game on a massive positive, and obviously getting that result was huge. So of course on the way home, the coach was buzzing.
Another big game this Saturday as well against Bath at home. How are you looking forward to that one, especially after last week's incredible win?
Yeah, I think there's a more of a positive vibe around the camp now. So if we can continue that, then it's obviously going to stand us in good stead for the rest of the season. But form at home's not been great this season. We need to quickly change that if we're going to finish where we want to finish.
10 games to go, Jamie. How important are these last 10 games for Poole Town's survival?
Oh, they're huge, but it's 10 games, there's 30 points still to play for, so there's plenty out there for us to achieve from all of the games, and we're all positive, and we think we're going to do it.
Do you tend to look at the teams around you? Because obviously Chippenham won at the weekend, Hungerford let a late goal in, but the results kind of went against you a little bit, even after an incredible win.
Yeah, I think everyone's different. I think a lot of the boys look at the results. I try to look at any of the results, to be honest. I just concentrate on what we're doing. I know what we need to do as a team, and I know what points are needed. So some of the boys follow those results, but like you said, some of them didn't go our way, and we didn't want them to get us down. So I'll try not to follow them at all and just focus on ourselves.
Brilliant, Jamie. Thanks for your time and best of luck for Saturday.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers. Next up, in case you missed it, The Cherries saw Tottenham on home soil last Sunday, and here's how they got on.
2 years of age. It's going to be another 3, 4, 5 years before he's at his very best. It's going to be a huge test for Maurice.
Well, they just slice them apart. David Silva, Gabriel Jesus, towards David Silva again. Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! And the coronation is a step closer.
That's another sparkling piece of football. The problem for Maurice Bauer, the right back, who goes to the ball, thinks he can win the ball and ends up out of position. Let's watch Bauer, the right back here, going in now, loses the ball. Silva's already peeling off back post and just...
At home for the Cherries, and a Harry Kane injury scare. Let's hope the Cherries can bring it back in their next fixture this Saturday against West Brom. And finally, we take a look at Stoke vs Man City. Let's have a look.
2 years of age. It's going to be another 3, 4, 5 years before he's at his very best. It's going to be a huge test for Maurice Bauer.
Under the new manager so far here, but it's fair to say this ball now for Raheem Sterling. David Silva's there! Well, they just slice them apart. David Silva, Gabriel Jesus, towards David Silva again. Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant! And the coronation is a step closer.
That's another sparkling piece of football. The problem for Maurice Bauer, the right back, who goes to the ball, thinks he can win the ball and ends up out of position. Let's watch Bauer, the right back here, going in now, loses the ball. Silva's already peeling off back post and just does enough to dink Jack Butland. Bauer has to win this ball here when he goes in here. He's now out of position. Losing 2-0
against Man City, Stoke's home ground didn't give them the comfort they needed to secure the win. In the Six Nations Championship is without the doubt the world's greatest rugby tournament. Each year the collective bands of 6 proud nations, England, France, Ireland, Italy, Scotland and Wales, share in the passion and the excitement of this feast of rugby. Some of the rivalries in this tournament date back more than 140 years, which simply adds to the sense of the occasion. Round 5 of the 2018 Six Nations Championship kicks off next weekend in Rome with Italy against Scotland at Stadio Olimpico. All eyes then turn to Twickenham, where newly crowned champions Ireland will attempt to win their 3rd ever Grand Slam by beating England. The final match on Super Saturday sees Wales take on France at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. England fell to a second chastening defeat in 2 matches as Ireland's bonus point win over Scotland secured the Six Nations title. Eddie Jones's men needed to beat France and score 4 tries to keep the championships alive, but they came nowhere close, and in a largely toothless display that belied their status as the world's 2nd ranked team. The game's poised at 9-9 at half-time was blown open when Anthony Watson's high tackle on Benjamin Fall saw England fullback sent to the sin bin for 10 minutes and a penalty try awarded. Johnny May's late try gave then hope of unlikely win, but France held out against the white-shirted onslaught at the death for only their 2nd win in a year. Not since 2006 have England lost 3 matches in a single Six Nations season. But with Ireland coming to Twickenham next Saturday in a crunch game with a Grand Slam in their sights, that is now a real possibility. England have won 9 of the last 11 matches between these two sides and Six Nations, including the last 3 in a row. But they only found fluidity in the last 15 minutes, and this now 3 defeats in their last 5 matches in the tournament they have won in Eddie Jones's first 2 seasons in charge. Tomorrow's Paralympic Games see 12 medals to be given out in para-alpine skiing and cross-country skiing. Because of weather conditions, the men's and women's giant slalom events have both been rescheduled for Wednesday. The visually impaired category, it should be another battle between Slovakian pair Henrietta Fasokova and Natalia Sobrovta, and GB duos Emily Knight and Brett Wild, and Menna Fitzpatrick and Jenna Kehoe. The trio filled the top 3 places in that order at last year's World Championships. There should be a good contest in the standing category between defending champions Marie Boucher from France and German rival Andrea Rothfuss, who is the current world champion. Rothfuss, who took slalom gold in Sochi 4 years ago, won her world title by just 0.71 seconds and expect another close race this weekend. Elsewhere, it's a big day for action in cross-country skiing, with the sprint event taking place across all 6 categories and taking in qualifications, semi-finals and finals. In qualifications, athletes race against the clock, but in the semi-finals and finals, it's a mass start involving 6 athletes in the seated and standing categories and 4 athletes plus guided in the visually impaired categories, which can result in thrills and spills. 4 years ago, Canada's Brian McKeever fell at the start of his race and found himself adrift from the rest of the field, but still managed to recover and win the gold. Here are all of tomorrow's events so you don't miss them. 12:30 to 3:30 and 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock para-alpine skiing, men and women's giant slalom. 35 past midnight and 3 o'clock is wheelchair curling, GBV Germany. 1 o'clock to 2:40 and 3:30 to 6:30 is cross-country skiing. 5:35 to 8 o'clock is another wheelchair curling, GBV the US. And in the current medal table, Great Britain are bringing up the rear with 0 medals, whereas the United States are leading with 4 golds, 3 silvers and 2 bronze medals to their name. The BU Women's Lacrosse team are organising fundraisers for Millie Pickles with the goal of allowing her to step foot on the lacrosse pitch once more. After 2.5 months fighting in hospital, she's now home. Millie Pickles has been on the team for the last 2 years and is currently on placement. On the 29th of September, Millie went to work where she was on placement and later that day was rushed to hospital fighting for her life. She'd been electrocuted with 750 volts originating from the lower limbs, passing through her and causing the loss of her right leg and internal burns. How this happened is still not certain, but Millie shared on her Instagram the electrical current entered through her right heel and then her leg onto her pelvis, down back to her left leg and out of her big toe, causing the loss of her left toe. It was a complete miracle. Something luckily prevented the current from being redirected to her spine and brain, keeping her alive today. Millie has received her prosthetic leg. However, BU Lacrosse Club have decided to host a range of fundraisers to raise money for Millie to get the prosthetic blade. These cost around £6,000 and cannot be funded on the NHS. The blade will enable her to play lacrosse again, as without it she won't be able to do any sport ever again. Sport BU have said they would like to praise the efforts of both the women's and men's squads. They have raised so much money for Millie on their Just Giving page already, but still need to help her reach her goal. The Just Giving page has all the information to Millie's recovery, as well as the information you need to make a donation. The information should be on your screen right now. They are doing absolutely amazing so far and are determined to raise more. All the fundraising organised by the students have demonstrated praiseworthy attributes. That's all from me this week in Sports Shack. I'll see you next week for another look inside the Shack.